What kind of notes or boards do you bring with you into the booth for the game?
I've got a spotting board, and I can actually grab one. Okay, so for each team, you got your basic spotting board, and I do just a legal size folder, and it's on both sides. So here from last weekend, Arizona offense, Toledo defense, Toledo offense, Arizona defense. I create those myself on InDesign, and then with that, I usually set this on the table, and this has just a flip card, quick roster that has everybody on it. Over here, I've got special teams with the kickers and the punters and the return men. And then here, head coach notes, different notes about the teams. Down at the bottom of the page, I've got notes about the stadium and the school and whatnot. But I also, one thing I started doing last year that has really helped is just on a notepad that I'll lean in front of me wherever I'm at in the booth, up against the cough button or whatever. And I split the page in half, and we'll have bullet points, a few bullet points for each team with storylines that I can keep touching back on. Because I found myself early on last season in my first full year doing football on TV, you'd get so much from that week of preparation, and it just kind of, in your head, it'd feel like this messy, cluttered desk. So I needed a way kind of organize that stuff. And by putting together these storylines in the notebook, that organizes it for me and puts it in front of me. I'll have one general storyline at the top. So, for example, with the Toledo-Arizona game I did last week, I think the top line said, two programs beginning new eras face off on opening night in Tucson. That's something you can hit coming out of breaks now and then. From there, a main storyline for each team. So for Arizona, it was the Rich Rod era begins after Mike Stoops was fired with a 4-8 season. Under there, I've got an offensive bullet point for each team, a defensive bullet point for each team, and then maybe one more general storyline. For example, the offensive bullet point might be run-oriented spread offense under Rich Rodriguez for the first time, and then maybe ... third in the country last season in passing, but returns only one wide receiver. So it's just kind of a main storyline that can focus all that prep you've done and have it in front of you so you're not scatterbrained going into the broadcast.